everyone, I'm Kayla.
And I'm Becky, and we're with A Couple of Bees Read and reviewing our books for you online here.
Yes, and this is our weekly wine. So Becky, what's the wine this week?
The wine this week is from one of my favorite labels, brands with Scout and Cellar, called Middle Jane. It has such a unique story. Middle Jane is the name of the matriarch of the family, going back several generations, and she was a very strong woman, very opinionated, but very much valued her family and her community and did what it took to do the right thing by all of them. And so in the family, every time a girl was born, their middle name was Jane. And so they named her after the matriarch. So regardless, Jane was their middle name, which I find interesting because that's how it is in my family. My grandmother was Anna. My daughter was Anna. My granddaughter has the name in her name. My mother was Anne, and I am an Anne. So we have 5 generations in my family that have kind of done the same thing. So I kind of really related to that story.
And that's actually completely coincidental. I didn't know that when I chose the name for Annalise.
I know, isn't that something? It's just, it is very unique. And that's why this company spoke to me so, because I felt like we had something in common in that. But this week is Middle Jane's Cabernet Sauvignon, which Cabernet Sauvignon is my favorite. And I have had this before, and it is a beautiful, just lovely wine. I think you will like it as well. It's kind of a bold wine.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Very rich.
Oh, it is.
Very rich. Very
rich, bold. They have other wines. One of theirs is a Zinfandel that is called Velvet. I have a bottle I'm saving for us, maybe for the new year on that, because it's beautiful. But this Cabernet Sauvignon, it's like I said, very bold and rich. It's kind of a very complex, as they call it, wine, because it has multiple flavors in it. And if you taste it, you can smell kind of the berries in it. You can smell that fruity. And you kind of just let it lay on your tongue as it goes back. Has a black cherry. It has a plum, blackberry.
I was going to say blackberry.
Yes, definitely blackberry. It has kind of a peppery taste to it, just a little bit, and that is it. The black pepper and espresso. That's why I say it's complex. It has so many different things in there. The berry is what comes out the most. But you can get that, the more you drink it, you get the hints of the other things that are in there. And so it is a great wine, and you can get it. It is on our auto sip, which if you go to our website and you go through auto sip, you get a discount for doing it, because that means that you can choose to have this delivered to you every month, every other month, every 3 months. And then it's like a reoccurring thing every 3 or 4 months. So just whatever you want to do, and you purchase it, you get to choose the wines. Unlike Scout Circle, which you choose if you want all red, all white, or a combination, and that you don't pick the wine. Our founder picks it, and she sends it what she wants you to have that month. These with auto sip, you get to pick what you want, and so I kind of have 2 different things going on with the
And if you're interested in a Scout and Cellar wine, make sure to check the link below the video or in our bio, depending on where you're watching this.
That's right. So anyway, and it pairs well with steak, anything.
But we're eating it with popcorn.
Yes. I told her popcorn goes well with wine. It doesn't matter what kind. Yes. Last week we did the Chardonnay, and it specifically said it paired well with popcorn, but I love popcorn. My favorite snack.
Definitely.
So you are reviewing this week.
I am. I read my second aardvark book, and that was The Socialite's Guide to Murder which when we predicted our book of the month picks for November, we had picked this one.
Mm-hmm. We did.
I was very disappointed that book of the month didn't have it, but I was very happy that Aardvark picked it up. Aardvark is a newer book club that Becky has been getting books from. We read The Other Side of Night recently and reviewed it. It was beautifully written.
That's one of my upcoming reads.
Yes.
She rated my book box, so
I did.
She took them.
You got it, and I just took it.
Yes, and I did The Marsh Queen, which loved Victoria Hartman. It was just outstanding.
But this, I believe, this is also a debut. By S.K. Golden, and it is for all of you who love Agatha Christie. It is very much closed door mystery. She figures things out just like Hercule Poirot. So a bit of a summary. The main character is 1958 heiress Evelyn Elizabeth Grace Murphy. Her father owns the Pinnacle Hotel, which is where all the rich and fancy people stay. And one night they're hosting an art gallery when a painting is stolen. Well, if that's not dramatic enough, a couple of days later, the artist who painted the painting is found dead in the hallway by our leading lady, Evelyn. Evelyn is spunky. She is fun. She is a Marilyn Monroe clone. She talks about her style, her perfumes, everything. She's also agoraphobic. Due to some trauma from her childhood, she refuses to leave the Pinnacle Hotel. But when this murder occurs, and she of course finds the body, she realizes that she has to get out of her bubble and she has to figure out what happened, or she's never going to feel safe in her home again. So you have this inner conflict. But this is hands down a hilarious book. All of the conflict, all of the characterization is handled very, very well. She is such a spunky heroine that even though the book is very much an homage to Agatha Christie, the character reminded me of like a Janet Evanovich character.
Ooh, yeah.
Like very much.
Stephanie Plum. Yeah.
Yes, Stephanie Plum. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to do this. And everybody throughout the plot kind of underestimates her, but that's fine because she does figure it out, and she has a host of sort of sidekick characters. There is her beloved dog. There is her two romantic interests. One is her fake boyfriend, who she starts out with in the novel. He is a movie star with a big secret to hide. And the other is the guy that she actually really likes, and his name is Malcolm. We find out in the story, and this isn't really a plot twist because it's in the summary, but we do find out in the story that he is a former London thief who is now working at the Pinnacle, and she starts to fall.
London thief.
Yeah. She starts to fall for him, and it's this nice bit of classism in the middle of this novel of she is this heiress, he is this lowly bellboy, and then he's also a lowly bellboy with a past. So it is a very cute romance, and extra points for the fact that I'm a huge Agatha Christie fan.
Me too.
I read mystery novels almost nonstop, thrillers included. I did not guess the villain.
Oh, great. And don't spoil it for me.
I'm not going to.
Because I haven't read it yet. It's coming up.
There are more red herrings in this novel than you would find at a fish market. Like, so many. The killer was not who I thought it would be at all. And at the same time, it was very believable. I loved this book. It was very different from The Other Side of Night. The Other Side of Night is very philosophical, and you're going to find something to quote every other page. This book was fun. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I like a fun book.
Once I got into it, I couldn't put it down. So
I know you just got it this past week. So
I know I just got it this past week, and I read it really quickly. It's not a terribly long book, but it is still full of plot, and more importantly, full of characters. Like, I think this cast of characters are some of the most lovable and believable characters I've read in a long time.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm quite eager to see, I'm hoping this is a series, and I'm quite eager to see the next installment. So if you haven't picked this one up yet, I highly recommend it. 5 stars from me. Definitely take a look at it. It's also, I think, a good book to read this time of year.
Okay.
Because I like to cozy up with a mystery when things get cold.
Right. Yeah.
But because it can be a little spookier, no leaves on the trees, a fun mystery is definitely the best to read.
Well, it's definitely going to the beach with me the day after Christmas. So
Absolutely. So definitely a fun read, and props to Aardvark for picking, from what I've read, 2 really good books that are also very versatile. Like, not the same book at all, but I love them so much for what they are.
yeah.
So
No, I'm very happy with Aardvark, even though they've only been around for a couple of months. I think they're doing a great job, and their customer service is just simply outstanding.
absolutely. So
So
if
kudos to you, Aardvark, on that.
Absolutely. And guys, if you're still looking for a last minute Christmas gift, you can always get someone an Aardvark subscription.
Yes, they have 3 different levels, so you can afford it.
Absolutely.
Great.
Definitely check that out for the book lover in your life. And until next time, guys, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bye.